recorded as well. I know Hitesh is, but I'm going to do it also. So, guys, this is going to be fun. For those of you who don't know, if maybe you glossed over the email and just hopped in here and said, "Hey, I'm gonna get on this webinar because these guys are doing it," I just want to throw out a little disclaimer because we had this question last time. This definitely is an affiliate webinar. So this is for folks who are looking to be an affiliate, are curious what an affiliate is, want to get some more training as if they were an affiliate, they are an affiliate, and they want to grow their business faster. Okay, this is all about the affiliate side of the house. So there's not too much that goes into just listing a product on eBay and using the products within the system. It's more focused on the affiliate side, and we'll be answering some questions for you guys that you have on that topic, on that side of the house. And it's really good because we get to go over some training and kind of voice where we are at as a company, number one, but we get to share our experience as marketers and what we've done in the past and how things are working with DS Domination. And one of the things that make this company a little bit unique is that we still market. We're marketers. Hitesh and I are very much so the online marketers that have probably trained a lot of you if you've been around us for a long time, and we hope we have, and we hope that that's helped you out because that's pretty much the niche that we are in, is teaching people how to build their business and generate leads and so on and so forth. So we know a lot about funnels. We know a lot about marketing strategies. We know a lot about where to place an ad and what works and what doesn't work. And we want to share that with you. And I'm sure you guys see that through our system because of our conversion rates inside of DS Domination are insane. And we'll continue to work on that. And we were talking last night, and we kind of dubbed next month like the conversion month, where me and Hitesh get to do what we love to do, which is make the sales funnels and make the affiliate side more profitable for you at every step that we can. So that means a lot of things, and you guys will be seeing that in the form of new capture pages, new sales funnels, different follow-up that comes from us, different webinars, maybe more webinars, maybe less webinar. You'll be seeing a lot of that stuff, and you'll be seeing how we test a few things that we have tested in the past and have worked, and we'll be applying it here. So that we got a lot to go over, and things like this can never be covered in an hour time span that we have. So I really suggest that you get a pen and paper and write down your questions as we go through, and at the end we'll try our best to answer them for you. And remember, going forward, that this is definitely a tutorial and here's where we're at, and here's how you can market the affiliate side better. And that's the stance we're coming from today. So I hope that sounds good. If that sounds good to you guys, put a little love in the chat. Let us know that sounds good, and we'll see if Hitesh is ready with his fancy materials. We'll move on. We'll get this
I've
party
always
started.
been ready. I'm just trying to translate this all from monkey speak to English. No, I'm kidding.
All right.
Okay. All right. Well, like I said at the beginning of the webinar, the aim from tonight's webinar is really, we're going to try and keep it a little bit on the shorter side, because I really want you guys to be able to take action on the stuff that we're going to talk about. I'm really going to be pushing to make this very practical, so it's easy for you to understand, and it's easy for you to understand what direction to take and where to go from there. And on top of that, I'm going to try and break this down a little bit more, because I know there are different type of people and there are different type of uses that you guys have for different affiliate promotions and stuff like that. So let me start out by just letting you guys know that I was pretty excited that we had one person whose account I looked at, and if you'll give me a moment, I'm going to take a screenshot quickly of it and hide their information so they don't hunt me down later. But I'm going to take a quick screenshot and show you guys this. And Kevin, let me know when my screen becomes live, okay? Because right now it's not live.
Will do.
Okay. All right, guys. So here we go. Can you see my screen?
There it goes. It's loading right now. That's insane.
Okay, so lifetime commissions with us really just means 2.5 months of commissions, okay? This is not income from selling on eBay. This is not income from doing Elite and Monopoly and stuff like that. This is purely just the income from sales being made. Okay, now I would love to say this is unique. I would love to say like this guy is just so special, right? Well, he's not special. Because well, he's special. I hate doing this to people. He's obviously special, but he's not doing anything really out of the ordinary. So what my intention is, I'm actually going to break down to you guys some of the stuff that's going on here. Okay, now I just took the screenshot like a minute ago. And there are a lot of other people who are doing just as well or even better in some cases than this is. Okay, so let's create a pathway to how to get to this stage and how to get there. This basically means he's done roughly about $12,500 a month on average since they began. Now I know for a fact that they began on roughly around September 10th, so they've been in the system for 2 months and 5 days now. All right. So that's all very exciting and handy dandy, but the obvious question is, what does this have to do with me? How do I actually mimic results like this? So I'll begin with honesty. Yay, what a unique thing. So we're going to begin with some honesty. This is not something that if you can just simply achieve, if you have no marketing experience, if you don't have a pre-existing list, or if you don't have a pre-existing downline in other companies, okay? But you can get to this stage, okay, if you just follow the steps. So here's what you need to do. First of all, let's talk about the preparation. Here are the 3 things that you need to do to prepare before you begin. There are 2 types of marketing out there. Okay, there's the mass promotions, which is really designed to make you a lot of money. That's the stage where the promotions is your main income, where the affiliate side is your main income. The other side is personal promotions, and that's much short. You know that you can do that right away. You can start in it right away, but the way you get to the 2 is very different. Okay, so the affiliate status, that's the first thing you want to make sure that you're an active affiliate. If you're not an active affiliate, make sure that you're an active affiliate. Okay, just go in your members area on the top. You're going to see affiliate status. Say active or inactive. Make sure that you're active. Okay, and now begins your choice. Now you're going to decide, am I going to move to the mass promotions or am I going to do the personal promotions? Here's my advice to you with some experience. If you have a big budget for marketing, then you should consider mass promotions. If you have a lot of experience with marketing, you should consider mass promotions. But if you are like most of the people, if you're like 90% or so of the people, I really suggest that you start with the personal promotions for 2 big reasons. One, it's basically cheap or free, okay? And second, it'll really ground you in how the affiliate side of things goes. From my understanding, majority of the people have never made, active sales. Actually, you know what? If you have never made a sale in any network marketing company or affiliate sale or anything like that, if you've never actually done that, can you please just say I haven't or something like that in the chat box so I know how many people we're talking about here? Okay, so tons and tons of people have not, which we know for a fact, right? That was the whole idea behind DST. Most people have never done that. Most people won't actually do that easily. So that's why I started out by saying let's be honest about this stuff, right? Most of the companies would parade this screenshot in front of you and say, look, you can do that tomorrow if you just pay me $5,000. That's not going to happen. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. You're going to start out by following the steps, and you're going to use the pro training and the elite training and so on, and you need to have results that you have actually achieved. That's the first thing you need to do before you begin personal promotions. Personal promotions basically mean that you're going to be reaching out to your warm market, but the way you're going to do that in DS Domination is very different. It's not going to be like other companies. You're not going to say, make a list and call everybody and put them on a 3-way call with your sponsor or something silly like that. Let me describe what a warm market is. Warm market is people you have a point of contact with that have some trust factor built in, okay? And that's why this is the most dangerous thing, because you never want to lose that trust. But here is the situation with this, is that usually if you look at your graph of over time, any successful marketer, if you look at their sales graph, you'll find that very few of their sales by percentage come from the warm market. But the warm market is a good beginning point, okay? This is why you need results if you plan personal promotions. So here are going to be the steps for you. Step 1, you're going to go and actually use the pro and elite training. You're going to make 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever, how many sales. I suggest you make 100 sales, right? Using just the eBay training side. So you actually have some results to post. Next, you're not going to actually go and rub them in people's faces. You're not going to say, look at how much money I'm making, you could make it too. You're actually going to just focus on sharing those numbers. Okay, so your first step would be in personal promotion side would be sharing the numbers. Okay, and it's going to be very pleasant. It's going to be very fun. You're just going to go on your Facebook, or you're going to go post wherever, that whatever medium you use, or channel of communication you use. You're just going to say something like, I just sold XYZ, and that was a $24 profit. Or, woohoo, can't believe I just made $38 from eBay. Or, God bless Amazon for such an awesome system, I just made XYZ from that. You're not going to say, contact me if you would like to make a bunch of money. Don't do that. Okay, this is your warm market. These are kind people. These are people you have in your life. These are people you have relationships with. Don't treat them like prospects. Okay, let them get a hold of you. Let them say to you, oh, that's awesome, how are you doing this? Okay, your aim really is that from your warm market, you're basically going to get maybe 4, 5, 6 people in general, not more than that. And you don't want to shoot for more than that. In fact, I suggest once you see a few sales coming from your warm market, and you know the concept works and you're making some money and so on, take the commissions that you're now earning and use them to move towards mass promotions. Okay, because your end goal is to have a more autopilot hands-free system. You don't want to be the guy out there who's selling their friends and family and stuff all the time. Okay, so does everybody follow along so far? It's pretty straightforward, right? I don't think I've said anything that is markety or technical or anything like that, right? So if everybody understands that, awesome. Everybody understands that, beautiful. Okay, so now we're going to move to the more complex side of things. Okay, the personal promotion side is usually free. It does take a bit more of your time to get started, and takes a bit of time before you see some results, but it's very easy to start with. You're just being a regular person, just being a regular individual. Okay, now we're going to talk about the mass promotion side. Before you can do mass promotions, you need what we call a sales funnel. Okay, and a sales funnel basically goes like this. I like to call it the hourglass. Okay, so the sales funnel goes like this. You have people who will come to your site, who will come to a very broad page, basically what we call the opt-in page. Okay, that's a very big page. A percentage of them will go on to the second page, which is going to be your sales page. Okay, so this is your squeeze page. And then this right here is your sales page. And then over here is the buyer. Okay, and this right here is the buyer. Okay, so this point right here is where you will finally get the buyers. This is your buyers. And then what's going to happen is you're going to learn how to monetize the buyers, because then these buyers will usually purchase multiple things. Just like they'll purchase Pro, but then they'll also get Elite, they'll also get Unleashed, and so on and so forth. And I'll give you the numbers on that actually as well. So this side down here is your ROI, or your return. Actually, I shouldn't say return on investment. It's just your return or your income. And this side up here is basically your marketing. Okay, the ideal thing is that the income you generate at this level, okay, your maximum income here should exceed the money you spend up here. Okay, this is your broad traffic. So the overall idea is that R must be greater than M. Okay, does everybody follow this? This is again a very simple common sense fact. You want to spend less money on getting a person than the commissions that you're going to earn from them joining. Okay, now from across the board, here are the numbers for that. From across the board, on an average person, when the average person brings somebody in, the average sign-up commission is right around $70. Okay, so it's approximately $70 that you're going to earn on the average sign-up. And then you're going to earn a further $38 per month on average. Okay, so that means if you are spending less than $70 to acquire a customer, over time, okay, over time, as your numbers add up, you will be in profit right off the bat. Okay, very, very simple to understand. But here is the mistake here. You have to understand that right in the beginning, you have to actually cash flow that money too. So you don't want to have this cost be too high, otherwise you won't be able to cash flow it. So this is why I suggested do the Pro and Elite, so you're making the money. Okay, you're making money from Pro. Then start doing the personal promotion, so you're getting some commissions. Okay, and then take that money and use it towards your marketing. That way you're not hurting your family's cash flow. That way you're not using all the money that you're actually generating from your job currently, or from the overall income that you're making from doing the eBay dropshipping and so on. Okay, so here is what you do for that. Here's how you maximize this whole thing and how you set up the whole funnel. The first step is that you're going to set up your Market Extreme campaign if you need one. If you don't have that, then you need to create your own campaign. I really suggest that if you're a brand new person, you've never done this before, or you're a decently advanced marketer, that you use the Market Extreme campaigns. I'm going to show you how to set those up in a second. Then you need to write some follow-up emails with a personal voice. Now, up until now, you guys know that I've often talked about how DS Domination does everything for you. If you have Market Extreme, then we actually do this whole thing. We create the squeeze pages for you. We drive the sales funnel. We get the buyers and all that stuff. But I actually was looking at some numbers from a few different people recently, and there is a very significant difference in your average value per sign up and how long they're going to stick around and how long they're going to work with you, and most importantly on the duplication of them, like how many of them will actually go ahead and use pro and then move to personal promotion, then move to mass promotions. It really depends on whether or not you have also built some level of contact with them. So although it's really good that we do the follow-ups on your behalf and we do all that stuff, you really do want to follow up with people as well. Okay, and here's my very simple advice on that. You need to write your emails with a personal voice, like you're talking, and always use a spell checker. Do not be like Kevin, who does not like using a spell checker. So what you want to do is in your emails, you're really trying to give this person a point of contact. Remember that even in these emails, like with your warm market, you are not selling. Okay, you are not selling. You're going to do only one of two things: either explain or let them know you exist. That's it. Okay, that's pretty easy for everybody to do, right? So you can either share your personal results and you can say, here's how the idea of dropshipping works, or here are some numbers on eBay and Amazon. Look at the size of this company. Here's how you plug into the e-commerce system, stuff like that. Okay, you're never going to say, if you want to make X dollars a month, then you really need to do this, or else you are stupid. You don't want to do that, because I have found it might get you upfront sales, but you'll also get a lot of people dropping out. You get the wrong type of people in here, and so on and so forth. Okay, just again, experience speaking on that. Or you're just going to let them know that you exist. You're going to say, hey, I just want to know if you saw the video that I sent earlier. I'm here to answer any questions that you have. I know that you just said last time you were really interested in that. That's it. Again, no selling whatsoever. It works really well if your campaign is like this. I suggest a contact randomly every 1 to 3 days apart. Okay, so your follow-up sequence should have an email going out, every 1 to 3 days apart. You could have one email that goes out on Thursday, and then another on Friday, and then the next one goes out on Tuesday. That's completely fine. You actually want to keep it somewhat randomized. You don't want it daily necessarily, because you also want to leave space for you to be able to send what we call broadcast emails. Those are time-sensitive emails. Okay. Time-sensitive emails are going to be a step 3. I'm going to talk about them in just a second. The second thing that you're going to do is you're going to drive traffic. Okay, now you can drive traffic using Craigslist ads. There are actually paid ads you can do on Craigslist that get exceptionally good results. If you've never seen that, go and watch the training on Craigslist, because there's some really good stuff there. You can do some solo advertising, although I don't necessarily recommend it right off the bat. I really do recommend you doing some Craigslist and kind of stuff in the beginning. Okay, but you can get solo ads going as well. All of that is actually part of Market Extreme training if you haven't seen that yet. And I'm going to talk about these two shortly as well. And this traffic coming in is going to basically convert through this funnel. You're going to put the traffic in here, you're going to get buyers in here, and that's how you're going to make your money. And you will know what your cost per sign up is by looking at your total cost for driving the traffic. Now, of course, you could also just get the traffic within Market Extreme with the get lead system. In that case, you don't have to do this and redrive the traffic. But again, at that point, you will need to still calculate, okay, if I spend $1,000 on getting leads through the Market Extreme system, how many signups did I get from that, and what all did they buy, what happened over the course of a month? You kind of need to know those numbers. That's how you will basically determine how whether or not this is profitable for you right off the bat or not. Okay. Okay. The final thing is time-sensitive updates, and this is the final big factor, the big difference between people who make a lot of money with this and people who make only nominal money with this. And actually, they still make much better money than anything else, but there's a difference of scale there. Time-sensitive updates are actually reaching out to the people who have signed up or something like that and informing them of something that is time-sensitive. For example, tonight only. Okay, put those in these square brackets. Okay, live pro training webinar make sure you attend. Okay, and then put a smiley face, because that really works. Smiley faces are awesome. Make you seem like a real person. And then this email doesn't have to be long email. It just needs to say, hey, I just want to let you know that you have the live pro training tonight at 8, or I want to let you know you have the live elite training tonight at 8. And what that will do is it'll let your people who are in the organization already, it'll let them attend it, which will boost your conversions down the road, which I'll explain. But also what it'll do is people who have not yet purchased from you, who have not yet joined DS Domination, they're actually much more likely to look at this and say, oh, great, they have a live event tonight. Maybe I'll go attend it. But in your email, they're going to learn they have to be a pro member. And your directions are going to basically be, here's how you join. Step 1. And I always do steps whenever you can. People love step 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's actually why I did the step 1, 2, 3. See, I'm using this right now. So step 1, join DSDS Pro. Step 2, go to Pro Live Training in the navigation. Step 3, show up at the webinar. We have cookies. Okay, there you go. That's your email right there. Okay, so it's actually that simple. It's not very complex at all. It's not very complicated, but that's your email right there. Okay, does everybody follow along so far? Am I confusing things, or is this pretty easy or straightforward to understand so far? Okay, beautiful. Very good. I like when people say it makes sense. Okay, now let me answer a couple of things in here as well, which are going to come up regarding how much traffic do I send in, what kind of numbers to expect, and so on. Okay, so let me break down the numbers for you quickly. What you're going to find is that of the pro people who have purchased, you'll find roughly, now this is across the board, some people have much higher numbers. 25% will become elite, of which about 48%, I'll just say 50, okay, because it's easy to calculate that way. 50% will become unleashed. And out of those, 50% more will get monopoly. Okay, so you can kind of see how insane those conversion rates are. And there's a very big company out there. When they launched, they were the hottest thing around. They're not so hot anymore, actually. But they always talked about our funnel converts at 10%, and you were supposed to be really excited about that. So in this case, here's what these numbers mean for you, and here's how you'd calculate things out right in the beginning. You would say, okay, for me to make a significant amount of money, you're going to say, okay, I need, if I generated 20 pro sales, I'm going to get basically a fourth of them, or 5 of them will become elite, of which 2 or 3 will get unleashed, and 1 will get monopoly. Okay, that's your figure right there. Okay, now based on this, you can do some pretty quick calculations, right? That means that if you got 20 pro signups, that basically amounts to $10 a month on that, so that's $200 per month, plus 5 elite sales, that's $250 per month, plus you get a one-time commission on, let's say you just got 2 unleashed sales, so you'll get $250 on unleashed, plus you would get a one-time sale of $250 on monopoly. So if this is what happened over the course of your first month, if this is what happened in your first month that you did your mass promotions, then you would have basically generated $950, right? That means as long as you spent less than $1,000, you had a profitable campaign. Okay, so that's a very easy way for you to look at this and say, okay, so if I made $2,000 drop shipping in a month, okay, so here's how you go: $2,000 in drop shipping, take 1,000 off that, and generate $950. Out of that, 450 is monthly, right? This 450 is going to happen every month. So even though you took a slight loss, or even if the numbers were more skewed than that, you have to consider that you have a monthly income coming in. Okay, that's how businesses calculate their value. You look at, what am I making monthly from this? What is it worth to me to generate that kind of a monthly income? That's how you calculate what kind of college you want to go to, because you're going to say, how much money can I afford spending on a degree, because then I'm going to get a job and it's going to make me X amount of money. From what I understand, actually, most people don't even look at it like that anymore. They just go because that's what they're told. But you actually look at, what will be my return on this over time. So your over time, your return on this needs to be calculated as $950 upfront plus $450 per month. Okay, now let me tell you something about evaluations of business, okay? And I'm going to give you guys a very special, fun way that you can actually make a whole lot of more money. So if basically what we look at in general business when it comes to digital services and stuff, we say 10x to 12x is the basic valuation. So if you have a business that's generating $100,000 a month, that business is going to be worth $10,000 to $12,000. Okay, pretty straightforward to understand. Now here is one of the suggestions that I have, and I actually taught this quite a bit before even DS Domination, and I actually modified this with a couple of people who were on my list already with DS Domination. Here's what you do, okay? You actually build a site or a page, okay? So you build a site which will be promoting your DS Domination link, okay, as an affiliate of DS Domination. Now this part might be slightly complex for those of you who don't have any experience with this stuff, but let me know if it is, and I'll try and explain it in slightly differently. So you build a site as an affiliate, okay? Let's say that you call it drop shipping INC secrets, okay? It doesn't have to be super targeted to a keyword necessarily, but I'm just trying to use something that which would be easy for you guys to follow. What you would do is on this site, you would put up 2-3 pages of content, which then would link to your Market Extreme campaign, okay? You will run most of your traffic through the Market Extreme campaign that's related to this site, okay? So you're gonna actually be running traffic through this dropshipping secret site. You're gonna start generating some income with that. Let's say that this is all you did your first month, okay? So $1,000, and that generated 950 plus, 450 a month. What you can now do is you've actually just created a website that has a value, right? This website is now worth something because you have generated sales through this website. You can actually go out there and sell this website now for a significant amount of money right off the bat. You could actually say, for example, you would list the site for sale, and I can actually give you guys a whole training on that if you want. But you would list the site for sale, and you would say, here are the numbers. It's generated this much, and this much is the monthly income from this. And you could now turn around, and if this was the number, right, 950 plus 450 a month, you could turn around and sell this site for close to $5,000. Okay? Do you see what you just did? You took this $1,000 that you made drop shipping, you use Market Extreme to generate an income with that, let's say just $450 a month, and then you turned that around and you flipped it for $5,000. Okay, so you took $0, you made money with drop shipping, and turned that into $5,000, all within the span of your first month doing this. Okay, these are kind of things most people won't tell you about because most people don't know about these kind of things that happen. Now, here's what you can do because you have sold this business over to somebody else. You have many different options. You could actually tell them, for example, when you sell this, you say, here was my advertising expense, here's my income from that, and you can actually include the leads that you got, the list that you built with Market Extreme, you could include that in there and get even more. So let's say that when you did this with this website, your Market Extreme campaign generated 700 leads, okay, and those 700 leads eventually generated this kind of money for you. Okay, that's actually a very realistic figure. You'll turn around and you'll actually say, I'll include my list of 700 people from this website as well, and now you can actually add a value to this of roughly $1,500 or so. Okay, so you might actually be able to get up to $6,500 for this site right here. I know we kind of veered off of the affiliate side a little bit, but I'm just trying to give you guys some ideas on how you can be a little bit creative, and just like you do with eBay and Amazon dropshipping, there are people out there who are looking to buy easy automated business options. So they'll easily buy sites like this and they'll pay good money for this. But let's say that you did not get even 10x the valuation, you just wanted to sell it quickly, you could very easily sell this within a week for $3,000 or so. And if you just did this, if this is all you did every single month, imagine what that would do for your income. If this is literally all you did, you set up a new website every month, you ran a couple Market Extreme campaigns, did some Craigslist ads, and you're using the money from dropshipping to do this, you could immediately explode that income. And what do you do next month? You take this $3,000, you run another bigger Market Extreme campaign with that, and now you have a website or now you have a business worth a whole lot more than that. Okay, so it's a simple idea for those of you who want to scale up fast, for those of you who have the time to put in some effort. And if you want more training on how to structure this or how to sell it and so on and so forth, just say something like, yeah, this is really interesting, and I'll actually include that training for you guys in the um, members area at no cost. Okay.
Real quick, I want to hop in here. You know what's interesting about that,
Okay.
Hitesh,
Awesome.
is that there are companies, and I'm sure you know, products that have came out, guys, that have charged hundreds and upwards of $1,000 to teach you what he just showed you just there. The
Yeah, and
difference.
actually, the funny thing is, most of those people don't actually, they've not done that a whole lot in their life, so they don't
Yeah,
understand the ins of outs of how people actually think about it. Because this is all, just like when you sell on eBay, it's all about the buyer psychology, right? This is all about the buyer psychology as well. So all you're going to be doing here is really just benefiting off of that whole business idea and that whole business model. And one one I'll actually include a secret tip for you guys in here. Uh, when I put the training in the members area, I'll actually include a secret tip which I can't actually just say on a webinar like this, and you'll understand when you hear the tip about it, um, and you'll understand why you could make a lot more money with this than what I just showed you guys. I actually have, well, we have done close to, in just the website I've done well over six figures just in the flipping side of things. And we once purchased a website actually worth $238,000, which it made it all of its money back for us, but whatever. So anyway, I'll put the training in the members area. Again, I'm not trying to sell you on it, okay? I'm just letting you know that um, I'll go ahead and include that in there. So you guys have fun, okay? All right. Kevin, do you wanna talk about anything, or do you guys? I think I worry that we go over so much stuff
yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
that we lose people. Right now, I just want you guys to think about these three simple steps in building this business and how you can grow this all in there. Okay,
So
and this will be in the training for Market Extreme. Yes. So the whole method that I just explained and the selling of these flipping these sites and stuff, I'll actually include that in there. Okay.
yeah, I mean, guys, we're very
Okay.
much about growing your own economy inside of here, and what he just went over was literally coming inside of the system, and with no budget starting out. Step one, making some money as a pro member in DS Domination, which I'm assuming all of you are. Step two, or the vast majority of you are. Step two, doing, making some money and taking that and by getting Market Extreme, getting some lead flow going through your website, and making sure that you have your own domain name when you do that. And then taking that list, taking that website, and selling both of them for another insane profit. Now, what's cool about this is because we're never going to stop generating leads. You could literally go do this over and over and over again. This isn't something that you can do once. This is actually something that you can do 10, 12, 30, 40, 50 times. You could be doing it twice simultaneously, or three times simultaneously, just by sending lists to different autoresponders. So very, very cool. I hope you guys really appreciate this training. This is really good stuff. And like I said, this is stuff that goes well into the thousands of dollars range, of products that I've seen out there on the marketplace before. And he's just giving it to you on a webinar because you're an affiliate with DS Domination. Or maybe you aren't. I bet a lot of you aren't an affiliate. So pretty cool, pretty cool. That's amazing, and that's really holding true with what we do here at DS, which is our goal is to make you guys money, and we're going to do it. And even going down these kind of paths to make you even more money is just really cool. So awesome.
Yep. Okay, who wants to take this to the next level? I'll give you guys one more a sweet way to scale this up even separately if you guys want. Okay. All right. Awesome. Lots of people want that. See, I like it when people are so like paying attention to this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, okay. Before I explain that, this is an important thing I need to explain. So a lot of you who are unfamiliar with Market Extreme or what we're talking about with easy lead generation, you want to make sure first of all your affiliate status is active. And then here's how Market Extreme works. Once you get Market Extreme back, there's all this training in here, right? So you can do the training stuff, and you understand what training is. It's all these trainings on different things that you can do. But what you're going to do is you're going to go to Get Leads, and you can watch this video on it. But here's your affiliate username. You're going to select what platform you want to build a list on. You're going to select that. Let's say Aweber. You're going to put your list name on here. So let's say if you plan on selling this business in a month or so, then give it a name that'll be very easily branded, right? So don't use like DSD something in there. Just say whatever your site's name was in here. Where did we go? I selected Dropshipping Inc. Secrets. So you might just select Dropshipping Inc. Secrets, okay? And this way, you know that this list is going to be tied to that website, so you'll be able to sell it pretty easily, right? Because the person buying it is going to see this list came from this website, and it's related to that. So you're going to say, let's say that your budget was $1,000. Let's see how many leads we can get for $1,000. We can get around 600. So let's say 550. Yeah, we can get 550 leads for $1,000. We're going to take that, and now remember, all we have to do is generate an income of $100 a month. Okay, so if we just need to get 5 pro sales, and we could sell this new website for $1,000 or more. Okay, so that's in addition to all the income from eBay, all the income from this, and all the income from. We just really kind of piled on a whole new method for you guys to make money. Okay, and in comment you're going to put DS Inc. Secrets list. Okay, and you're going to click on create domination leads order, and all we'll do now is we'll go out there and we will start driving traffic to the opt-in pages so that you get 550 leads in your campaign. Okay, so you guys literally have nothing to do. Okay, it's completely hand-free at that point. Now here is what you're going to do next, just to add on another source of income for you guys on top of this. Now remember when I said that you're gonna, let's say that you ran the campaign, you got 700 leads. I just gave you an example of 550, but let's say you got 700 leads total. And we estimated that only 20 out of these 700 people will purchase Pro. That's what we assumed, right? So you have 680 people on this list. Now remember, some of them will bounce, some of them will unsubscribe, and so on. So let's just say there are 580 people left on the list. Okay. What you can actually do is, and Kevin is very well familiar with this, you can actually, if these are people who have not responded to your whole message, to your 1 month of follow-up and so on and so forth, if they have not responded to that, you can now start actually selling advertising space when you sell to these to your list. So that's actually what we call solo ads. Now right in the beginning, that might be really, really small, right? But what happens once you've done this a couple of times? Now, let's say the second time you had $3,000 to spend, and the time after that you had $6,000 to spend. Now you have a list of about 5,000 subscribers. Okay, those 5,000 subscribers you can sell advertising space for, and you can typically get somewhere like 50 to actually between 35 and 65 cents per click. Some places, sometimes you can even charge more than that. But let's say that you were charging 50 cents per click. Okay. All you would be doing is, let's say that in the emails you sent out to this 5,000 people list, all you got were, let's say, 500 clicks in a month. Okay, 500 clicks over the whole month. So over 30 days. Guess what you just did? You actually generated another $250 for yourself, which is now a value that you can assign next time you go to flip your next site. So when you go to sell the next site with the next campaign, you're going to say, oh, this is worth $2,500, the list here, because it's making me $250 a month. Plus, I have my business here, which is generating, at that time, it'll be more than just $450. It'll be maybe close to $800 a month, plus $800 a month. So now you have a valuation of close to $10,000. Now, from experience, let me give you guys advice. You really don't want to go beyond the $7,500 to maximum $10,000 mark, because after that, you start going into buyers who are going to have a lot more due diligence, a lot more questions. They're going to not be, and they're rare. There's not a whole lot of people who are looking to spend that much money. But right in the beginning, you can easily get sales on these type of campaigns for in the $2,000 to the $4,000 range very, very quickly and easily. Okay, so this is just another method of generating an income. And let's zoom back out and remember, we started just by doing the pro training. So we started with the pro training. We made our money with drop shipping. Then we upgraded to Elite and Unleash, so we made our more money from that. Then we started our personal campaigns, so we made even more money with that. Then we take those commissions and we use them in mass promotions within Market Extreme. So now we have a lot more money. And now we're going to turn around and sell this business model, just this part, just the part where we are making these sales commissions and stuff. We're going to sell that for a lot more money. Okay, and we're going to take that money and we're going to keep going back and repeating this cycle over and over and over and over, however many times you want. Okay, so this is like a very easy, quick method for you guys to make money. Now, in the past, I have taught people how to do this with like sites with no revenue. Like if you're like really struggling, you want to make a quick $50 or a quick $100, I used to teach about that. but it's so much easier with the market extreme and the DS domination conversion numbers. It's way easier to, instead making 50, 60 bucks, to just shoot directly for $1,500 to $3,000 just by following this process. Okay.
Now, one thing to remember here
So
in this business model, you're not getting rid of your entire downline that you've generated. Can you go over that, Hitesh?
sorry, say that again. I was
The,
reading some comments and
okay, so
didn't
the
hear you.
downline that you generate with DS domination, you're not getting rid of that. You're just showing them where, traffic came through. I've got a list here. I've got a website that's converting, and you're turning that over to that person, which also
Yep.
gives you another avenue of, hey, they can sit there and join DS and do the exact same thing you just did. That make
Yep.
sense?
Exactly.
So now you've
And
just basically created a successful affiliate in your downline doing the
well,
exact same thing you did.
yes, but let me add one thing to this, because this is going to be the best part. Okay. What happens when you do sell this business, right? When you're going to sell this business, here's what you're going to do. You're going to put the new owner of this site, who is now excited. He has the money, right? He just spent $3,000 on this business. He's ready to spend more money because he knows it's profitable. You're going to put this guy. Let's say we'll say Joe, so everybody knows Joe. Joe came in and he bought this business from you. Guess what? Now you have Joe in your downline. You just put Joe in your downline in DS domination, which means when he goes out and he really explodes with this and he starts spending more money on affiliate marketing, you are actually increasing your income from that, because you're getting paid on the commissions from that too. So it's hard for me to quantify just how amazingly exponential the growth is if you actually stick with this plan and go with it. Okay, but I also know that at this point I'm probably starting to get it's starting to get a little bit confusing as well. So I'm going to kind of stop back for a second and let me answer questions about it. Okay, can somebody, if you have questions about it, okay, I'm going to answer some questions first. Okay, so how do you put the person under your down? Okay, here's how you would do that, right? Let's say that you are on DS domination. Let me first move to a cleaner side. So here we go. So this is DS domination. Let's say Kevin was following this, okay? So here is Kevin, and let's say his DST account is Kevin 482. Okay, that's his, let's say, DS domination account. Kevin builds a website. Let's say he builds the dsdincsecrets.com. Okay, and it's making, let's say, just $200 a month. Okay, plus remember he made one-time commissions too, which he'll show as evidence that it worked, but it's just making $200 a month. He's now, when somebody buys this, okay, let's say that now Hitesh came in and Hitesh bought this website from Kevin. Okay, so Hitesh bought this website. Hitesh just gave Kevin a bunch of money, so Kevin just got a bunch of money from Hitesh. But now what is Hitesh going to do? Hitesh needs a DS domination account to promote this thing, right? So Hitesh needs a DS domination account. Where does Hitesh get that account from? Hitesh actually gets the account under Kevin. So now Kevin 482, this account will now create a new account under it called, let's say, Hitesh 99. Okay. So here's what's going to happen. Now when Hitesh goes out and starts promoting and doing all of this advertising to actually build up his income in DS domination, guess who also is getting an income in DS domination? Kevin 482, right? Because he's getting commissions on his second level and so on. And this will happen multiple times. Let's say that 2 months down the road, Kevin said, you know what, I'm going to repeat that again. And he sells it to Roger. Okay, now Kevin is going to get a bunch of money from Roger for buying this business model and buying the whole website and so on. At the same time, now Kevin 42 is going to get Roger 123 in his downline. So in fact, by selling his business, Kevin is going to actually make a ton more money because he's leveraging this new business owner as well. Okay, so do you guys see that point that I was trying to explain? You're basically making a whole lot more money than you might have even thought that we're talking about. Okay, and yeah, you can sell these sites on Flippa. I'll show you how to do that. And you can sell these sites on Craigslist, on different forums. You can sell them on even Digital Point forums, for example. But I'll actually walk you through like exactly what to say in your listing, what information to give in your listing, what to watch out for, what not to watch out for, and all that stuff. So this is going to be kind of like a whole separate way to make money in addition to all the stuff you're doing on the eBay side of stuff. Okay, so how about that? Okay, so everybody says that this is great. I think we had one person who said it was a little confusing. If it was still confusing, remember we're going to have a recording of this whole webinar in the members area, in the affiliate live training, so you guys will be able to watch it there, okay? Awesome. Okay, so Kevin, do you have anything to add at this point? We're 45 minutes in. We promised we are going to try and keep it shorter than the last
Yep.
times. So
I just want to close one loop. If you guys, when Hitesh was talking about, hey, you can go out there and you can sell advertising space to that list, you can simply go to safe-swaps.com,
yep.
and you can basically, it's pretty self-explanatory. You can, once you have a list of 1,000 people or so, you can start selling solo ads to your list. Okay, so that's kind of, I just wanted to tie that in there because I could see where people wouldn't understand. Hey, so how could I sell that real estate? That's how you can do it easily, very, very easily. And for those of you who are in here building big lists, I would say, do that anyway for folks that are maybe a little bit aged, that are 30 days old. If they haven't responded to DS Domination, they're not joining DS Domination. We're not against you monetizing them other ways, obviously, like we showed you on this call. We want you guys to make some money. So I think we should probably end it right about there and get this in the
Yep.
back office as soon as possible, so these guys can go over it one more time. And this definitely will be in your affiliate live training area. So
Now I
who?
saved some of this stuff specifically for a webinar where we would not have Roger.
Yeah.
Okay, so this way we still have a bunch of stuff and awesome training, and hopefully you guys can say this was the bestest affiliate webinar that you've ever had, and make sure that you post it in the Facebook groups and really, really, really let Roger know that this was the best webinar. So I just want to see his reaction. That's all. You all know that we love Roger and we enjoy his company, but we would just like to do that once. Anyway, uh, okay, so there are a couple of quick things that I want to just let you guys know about. You don't want to do the selling of ad space. You don't want to do the solo ad stuff right in the beginning because you do not want to do this, especially the people who are going to join you in DS Domination. This is for the people who never bought DS Domination. Your 30 days of follow-up is gone through, and so on and so forth. Okay, so this is like this is basically the icing on the cake. This is like the final step. Don't even think about this part yet because this will come much later. Okay. Um, and for those of you wondering about the Facebook group, we have two Facebook groups. You guys will want to be in the DST All Stars. Okay, that's the name of the group. And you do need somebody to invite you in. You need somebody to bring you in. So you can either add Kevin or add Roger as a friend, and they will add you to the DS Domination affiliate group, or whoever is whoever is your upline in DS Domination, they can add you in there as well. So you can go in there and you can talk about the webinar, or if you liked it or whatever. And we actually give a lot of stuff in there as well. As you can see, Jim Chow has a really nice video about DS Domination that you can use, and there's a bunch of good results. Actually, here's one result. This is kind of to the point. Um, we have somebody who actually did a Craigslist ad on November 14th, which is yesterday, and you can see how close together all of the leads are coming in. He's using Market Extreme, so he basically just created a campaign in Market Extreme, sent traffic to it with Craigslist, and he's showing you the kind of leads that he got from it. So pretty exciting stuff. Alrighty, yeah, this is Clayton. I didn't realize, Clayton, you were on the webinar. Awesome. Yep. So, anyways,
Well,
that's it for the webinar for tonight, and we are gonna share some more stuff with you guys next time. There will be a clue that will be coming for the DST scavenger hunt. That will be coming from Roger directly, though. I don't want to steal his thunder on that. So anyway, I think all of you got awesome information. Use that information, apply that information, have fun with it, and then we will keep you guys posted on the webinar. Should be in there in the next 6 hours at most. Okay. Alrighty, guys. Final thing. If you're looking for the webinar, it's going to be on here. Go to affiliate and go to the live training page, and you'll find the webinar right there. Okay. So all of you have a great night. I hope you enjoyed it, and it's a nice good night to all of you from Kevin and Me,
Night,
Kevin, if
guys.
you want to say good night.
We'll see you in the back office.